What's good, my people, my peeps? I don't even know what time it is. I am just popping on here. I don't even think anybody might jump on. I'm just checking in. Guys, do you see the cheek? Okay. If you catch this on the replay, do you see the cheek? I have been out of commission for a minute. Probably almost a week, guys. Yeah, I had to have some dental work done. So my face kind of looks swollen. I've been out of commission. I thought I'd just jump in and check in with you guys real quick. But yeah, so if you see that there's a difference, yeah. I even, I did a quick video on my Facebook because my birthday passed this past weekend. And I don't celebrate my birthday or anything like that. But when you're on Facebook, when you first register, they have your information, so people just kept hitting me up. And so I did a quick video. My face was really swollen then, so y'all. But anyway, I'm here to check in with you guys really quick. Hey, shout out to Into 5D for me. I'm glad you liked the video today. I dropped it like probably early this morning regarding the spiritual realm. And I thought it was an excellent example of the spiritual realm as well. So who's checking out Odd Thomas? If you want to see the movie that I got the clip and information from, you can go on to Amazon. So I just wanted to come on here and update you guys because I dropped that video early this morning, maybe late last night. No, it was early this morning. I was working on it last night and I dropped it this morning. So like I said, if I'm talking, I still have galls in my mouth, guys. So, and my face is swollen because I've had some dental work done, and it's ongoing. So pray for me. Pray for me. So yeah, so that's why I was doing more videos than coming on live. But check out, it's called Odd Thomas. It's on Amazon. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free, okay? It seems really interesting, and their graphics are awesome. So look, guys, YouTube is tripping. I don't know what to say on here because they're after everybody. I mean, you can't say hardly anything. So what I want to say to you all, I did start, well, I already had 2 channels besides this channel. One of them I posted yesterday regarding the facial, the mask. That channel I'm going to try to dedicate to affordable products for your health on that channel regarding chosen ones and TIs. And then on here, I'm still going to update you on a variety of things such as the gang stalking, narcissism, and things of that nature. But YouTube is really, they have shut down some large channels, guys. And I mean, you think that we live here in the US of A and we're not censored. We are. Y'all hold on, I gotta turn on the air. It's hot here in Texas. Hold on, I gotta turn on the air. So, it's hot. I see I'm shining. But yeah, we live here in the US of A, censoring is here, and so it's relevant, and so you're just gonna have to change how you speak on these streets, okay? I'm just gonna forewarn you, they're not playing with you, and it's their platform, it's their channel. It's so funny how when people think of media, they think of just television and radio, but in actuality, these platforms have become the new media. And we know what does it say in the Bible? The wicked have inherited the earth. Okay, so all of these platforms in some way are ran and operated by the people who say they are Jews, but they are not. It's so hard to even talk, y'all. If this gauze comes out, y'all bear with me. But yeah, so just like they own television, they own radio, and guess what? They own all of these platforms, especially YouTube. Hello, Shalom, Joseph. Yeah, so these platforms, and they're going to start picking and choosing who they want to keep and who they don't want to keep. So there's a lot of different platforms popping up. Also, I did start one on Rumble. But guys, it's like, I don't know what you want to do regarding your platforms, or if you even want to grow your platforms or what have you. Like I said, when I first started YouTube, that was let me tell you, that was in around 2009 when YouTube first, came, opened up to the world. Nobody was really doing YouTube, and that's when I was doing interviews and things of that nature, going out and interviewing the local talent and production and all of that. And so, yeah, you'd have to go down deep into and I'm not deleting those videos because that's my life. That's who I am. That's how I came through, so that's like telling somebody, delete your life. But people are trying to delete their lives. That brought me to a talking point right here. I'm not going to delete anything that I've done, but I come from a different generation. Okay, like I said, YouTube started, around 2009 when I first came on, and I was oh my gosh, I listened to I had 2 camera people. Well, at the time I had 1, then I started getting more people to help with my production. And so I had 2 camera people, an assistant, and we had a meeting. And I had told them, I said, guys, YouTube sent me an email, and they were like, they want to, hello, I just gave you a shout out. I'm glad you liked the video. Into 5D for me. I'm glad you liked that video that I dropped early this morning. Yeah, it was early this morning. So, but YouTube had sent me a email, and this was before all the commercials. These commercials, I'm in advertising, guys, but these commercials can drive you crazy on YouTube unless you pay for YouTube. I think it's YouTube Prime or something like that, and you don't have to pay for. Thank you, and guys, my face is kind of swell. Thank you, love my channel. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I'm gonna come back and talk about the channel and everything. I just want to say that when I first started, we had a meeting. I had a meeting with my team, and I had told them, and this is so funny because I told them, I said, yeah, YouTube sent me an email saying that they want to monetize me and pay me. And this was before all of these commercials. And this is before the guidelines, these guidelines that will hit you. Guys, I'm telling you, don't say certain things because, honey, they don't like what you say, you get hit. So before all these guidelines came about, yeah, they sent me a letter, and everybody at the table laughed. They laughed. Monetize you? Don't do that. Don't worry about that. We're gonna do this and do House Nicole, and then when I would tell people, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Y'all know, if you've been around, you know. If you know, you know. Okay? People would laugh. They would laugh. They would say, oh, you got a YouTube channel? Ha, 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 ha. Man, if I would have stuck to my guns, it would be different, okay? It would be different, but yeah, things changed. My channel changed as well when I woke up to this gang stalking. Joseph, I know it's off the topic, but this stalkers are getting out of hand. Down here, in where? McLennan. I think the staff put something in my food because my stomach is feeling funny. Yeah, you have to just be careful because I don't know if you're just being aware that you have been gang stalked or where you are as far as you're awakening into this program. But you have to realize this program, it has so many levels to it. It's not just, it's spiritual for one, number one. Then you have people that are narcissists and things like that nature. So yeah, they'll do certain things. And if you piss somebody off, they might put you into the program. And then military weapons, all kind of stuff. So I don't know where you're at as far, but yeah, I've been through the food poisoning and all of that. So my stomach is feeling real bad too, also heating up my body and making me sweat real bad too. Sounds like energy weapons. I don't know. You know, they have that. But you know, I have not really had that. I've had the real. I had the people where I have actually, and I'm going to drop this video probably later tonight because, guys, I was here. Like I said, I had some dental work done. And so I'm here and I'm swollen and I look out the window and it was almost hilarious because, you know, they get the babies, the children involved in gang stalking. And I think that is pitiful. But y'all, it was a man and his baby and the baby was driving a red Jeep. I can't even make this up. I cannot make this up because I went to open my blinds. They pass and you know he in the gear and the baby is driving a red Jeep. I said, but I'm gonna drop that video so you guys can see. But there was some other video that I took, and like I said, with the video from this morning, seeing into the spiritual realm, I'm gonna drop these photos that I took. And I want you all to tell me what you see in these photos. These photos are original. So when I make the video, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna, you know, kind of let the photos drop, and you tell me if you can see anything in the video that I'll drop later on. I don't know, probably later on today or tomorrow, because it's a couple of videos I have stored up that I wanna get out there to you guys so you guys can check it out. But back to YouTube, guys. If you're just here, you just, you know, want to come on and learn about what's going on with you, that's fine. But if you are building your channel, or if you're here and you put in a lot of work, I deleted a lot of videos, and then I thought about, why did I delete those videos? I could have put them on a different platform like Rumble or something else, but I deleted some of them. But I have like back in the day when we used to film, we used to store our videos on. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so, and a lot of you all may not have this kind of stuff, but like I said, I've been doing production for a long time. And this is, what are these things called with cartridges? This is like a pack. So I have a lot of videos, footage stored on these kind of devices that I can still pull from when we did a lot of filming. And so I know you guys probably don't have these. This probably look ancient to you all, but y'all know what these are. Back in the day, you put your videos and things, you would store it on these cartridges. and things like that. So this is what I have still videos on, so I'm not too worried about the videos that I did delete. But I'm telling you, YouTube is not playing around. I mean, this is so old, guys. The little thing is coming off. So I've been I put in work. I put in work. Even all of these have videos on it, okay? If you don't have any of this, and you don't clean up your channel, they coming for you. They gunning, and they gunning for people who are either giving a positive message. If you're a chosen one and you're following the Most High, they're gunning for you. Your channel, even if you, because I believe Anchor or something like that, and they got her channel. So, and imagine how much work you know, she put in and her team put in. So thank goodness I still have some of this. So I don't know when I start the other channels if I'll put this this information back on or just start them anew. But I'm just forewarning you all that man, the time I came on, maybe it's been 2 weeks. I have to think, guys. I think it was 2 weeks ago when I told you guys I was under spiritual warfare. And when I tried to upload 2 videos, they instantly got blocked. YouTube instantly blocked them. And so I was like, well, gosh. Then I got hit again. I'm like, what is going on? But then they came back. And I don't know if you guys came across this, let me know. YouTube came back and said that the 2 videos that got blocked that night. Remember when I told you guys? That's the when I had got up to 700, and then I did like a thank you video and all of that. Okay, but that night I had got blocked for 2. But they came back and said, oh, there was a bug in the system. I keep my emails. I keep my emails because I'm about that life, about proving what you say. You know what I'm saying? Prove what you say. Out your mouth is just words, but prove it. They came back with the thing. The connection. So if you just swole, I've been out of commission for a minute, had some dental work done. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put a GoFundMe because I need some major dental. Woo! I need some major dental work, guys. It ain't no joke out here in these streets. But yeah, I did a video this morning called talks about the spiritual realm, and I wanted to give you a for instance about people's gifts. And you know, I've already talked to you guys about the gifts that I'm realizing that I had and I was running from. We already know about those videos. But this guy, he could actually see the demons that manifest. And I told you guys, being in the end times, that this is going to happen more and more. And the movie is called, if you want Amazon Prime, a few dollars, you can also rent it through Amazon, okay? It's called Odd Thomas. Now, what have we said as chosen ones, as TIs, that when they start putting stuff in movies, they're telling you stuff, they're hinting to you? We've said this over and over and over again. This movie, I don't know when it was released. I happened to see it on a different platform. Then I did the video to show you guys, because I was like, this is a great example of of how the spiritual realm actually manifests, and for different people. Some people don't see the actual, like the demon and the scary form, because demons can shapeshift. You know, they can come as a angel of light. They can come as, a lot of people might click off when I say this, they can come as your dead grandma, you know, in your room. They can come as someone who has passed away. And you should know that the dead know nothing. So the dead is not going to be coming back. That's going to be a familiar spirit taking on the form of your late ones, you know. So But it's I'm gonna check out the full movie. I don't know if it's a movie or just like a series. You know how Netflix does. They'll do a whole series. So I hope you guys check this out. But I was talking about, and I want to go back to YouTube because also I don't have any what do they call them? The people with the wrenches. I might have to do that. I might have to do that, y'all, because they hit you up with everything, and you don't know. You don't know. And the last time I got hit was they didn't even let, because sometimes they let you view the video, but I couldn't view the video. It's like, okay. And I think it was Renata. I don't know if you guys know Renata. She is like a true OG when it comes to gang stalking and disseminating information. She got hit. Her channel got hit. So she was also talking about, I think she started a channel on Rumble, and she also has a couple of channels here on YouTube. But like I said, don't get it twisted. Don't be asleep and think that things are. Sometimes, okay, let me say it like this. Sometimes when I look at different platforms such as TikTok and I see people presenting different information, it's like, okay, you already know this information, but you know, you have these different platforms and the youth are bringing this out. And I'm like, I'm glad that they are bringing this out, such as we know that words are curses. So if you say certain words, they can actually curse you, right? Right. I hope you guys know that. So you'll see people doing these type of messages on YouTube or talking about Nibiru. Yes, Nibiru, but we know it as wormwood, okay? Coming. And if you know any scriptures in the Bible, you know what wormwood is, a planet that's going to come. And basically, it's Nibiru is an adaptation of wormwood, okay? So people are taking this information. I mean, when I was coming through learning and just trying to figure out what was going on, you go through so many learning curves. Let me say it like that, learning curves. I watched Dr. Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, all of these people, because you're looking for, you know, the truth. This what is going on. But then if you truly study and stay in it, then you'll start to see things falter, things not making sense. And people are delving into witchcraft if you're not careful. And I'm starting to see a lot of these type of videos on TikTok and stuff like that. So the reason why I say I'm going to, whatever videos I have, keep pushing the truth out there to these different platforms. And because you want people to wake up and really have time to adjust to what is going on. And some people won't wake up until the last minute. And that's why I feel that a lot of us can wake up and get to a point to where we are very judgmental, and had Christ, had Jesus, had Yahushua been that way when he was on the cross, and there were two thieves on either side of him. Let me put my hands over here. There were two thieves on either side of him who run amok their whole lives. Their whole lives. They're being crucified too. Okay? They're on a cross, and one of them, right before he dies, asked Yahushua to remember him. To remember him. He ran amok all his life. All his life. Sinning, robbing, thieving, hustling. But he turned to the Most High and said, remember me. And what did the Most High say? I mean, not the Most High, Yahweh Shai say, you are remembered. He will be remembered in heaven. So when we are out here trying to help people, I feel that helping people is not, or trying to bring them into the truth or guide them, because people go many different routes, and that's why I brought up Bobby Hemmett and Valentine, and oh goodness, it was a few of them. And if you don't know, like Bobby Hemmett, he was into the ancestors, and then Valentine, Dr. Valentine, same. And there was another guy. He was a doctor too. He was light-skinned. I can't remember him. I think he might have passed away, but he has some good, I mean, goodness, this was, guys, I want to say this was 2007 or 8 when I watched those guys. What was his name? I can't remember what his name was. Let me see if y'all know who I'm talking about. No, y'all don't know. But anyway, he used to do seminars and things like that, but he had developed, he talked about the microwave, and he developed these dowels that you could put like under your seat in your car. You could put them like, it looked like a little button. It looked like a little button almost. And that you can put it on your clothes and things like that, because he talked about the microwaves and how they would affect your organs and things like that. But he also talked about Nibiru and things like of that nature. And the reason why, had I not had time to see what these folks were talking about and realize that they had good points and things like that, but in the Bible, and I think I've said this on a live or two, the Most High says, and y'all don't look at my mouth because it's toe up, I gotta, says that just because you are not aware of the law, or touch not the wicked thing, because that you can be held, and I'm paraphrasing, you can be held accountable for those things, right? You can be held accountable even if you don't know the law. So you have people out here that have probably watched Bobby Hemmett, or probably watched these other teachers, or whatnot, and that is touching onto wickedness, and you can be held accountable for these things. So when people are on their journey of development, if you're wise, you continue to help them on their journey of development into the word, okay? But some people, they will, it's almost like I've dealt with, well, you guys know I work where I work at, and so many people that when they get to a certain level in life, it's so funny how their demeanor changes, how they will have respecter of persons. But for me, I have always been, I don't have respect of a person. I will treat everyone across the board the same way, with respect, because that's how I want to be treated, right? But a lot of people, they don't reciprocate that. They will think that, okay, well, and trust me, I could tell you some stories. I might drop a couple of stories right here, but I have done everything from hospitality to setting up. If you're not familiar with the entertainment industry. Everybody, like I try to help people to understand there are levels to this. There's levels, okay? Just like this YouTube thing, there's levels to this. The Jewish folks own this platform right here. Just like the Jewish companies own media. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just say nowadays the wicked is just in media, which is TV, which is radio. No, no, no. The media is what you're watching right now as well. YouTube, Rumble, what else do they have? All kind of platforms. Y'all know. This is media as well. And these devices and us, you looking at me and I can't see you, but I'm broadcasting out. These are airwaves that we are broadcasting out. Let's not be naive, okay? And none of us, the folks that got the brown, own any of these media platforms. Even BET, that was once owned by a black man who was bought out by a black woman, is not even owned by black folks anymore. Okay? So we're going to keep it real over here. Okay? We're going to keep it real, because if you are not a part of the world, you will not be on anything. Anything. Because it's evil that owns all of it. We're rocking with evil, okay, guys? So if we're on these platforms, if we have the opportunity to be able to communicate with people, able to spread the word of the Most High, and the word is repent. Because the time is winding up, okay? Repent, that's the word. We got to give people time to get it together, okay? But some people, like I was saying, me being in the industry for a while, not rich, because if you look around, does this look like a mansion? No, ma'am, no sir. Okay, I'm making it do like you do. People get high-minded, and so the green rooms, you might know them as the green rooms. Eyes opening, what is that? You may know it as the green room. Okay, so check this out. If I've had so many people, let me give you one person. I'm gonna give you T.I. T.I., for example. I've had, okay, I'll wait on T.I. Because I'm saying T.I. because he was in the news about his son lately. Who else that I can give you? A respecter of persons example is what I want to give you. What's that girl's name? She could sing really good. I can't remember her name. She got about 5 or 6 kids, y'all. What is her name? See, respecter of persons. I don't. To me, what is it? I almost had it. Anyway. She stayed pregnant, which is a blessing, but she stayed pregnant, and she done divorced her husband. I'm trying to say this so her name can come up. She divorced her last husband, got married again, and had another baby. She can sing really good, but she wasn't like a headliner. I think she was more on people's soundtracks. 11 kids. Who had 11 kids? She probably do. What is her name? Y'all don't know who I'm talking. There it is. Is it Kiki Wyatt? Respecter of persons. I'm giving you an example because, see, I'm gonna make it plain. I would make sure their rider, if you don't know what a rider is, it's a contract, okay? Kiki Wyatt. I've worked with different facilities around. So I know convention centers, I know the managers, I know people, I know promoters, I know the people who, I should give a seminar, but the people who need to be respected are the people that I know. The stars that come in, if you don't know, the stars that come in are treated like cattle sometimes, like property. Trust and believe. So after a while, some of them will, and I don't know her from her past, from a young girl. I only met her then. I was asked, could I go pick her up and make sure her rider, which is her contract. And now a rider is everything that they want on the list. Honey, I want champagne. And most of them want, what do they want? Like tea, warm tea, because they're gonna be singing. So a rider is another contract. It's separate from their contract that they got to come and perform. The rider can break a contract. A lot of producers of events don't realize that. So a rider is what is to be in the green room, okay? So when Kiki came to town, I was helping a facility, and they asked me, could you go and just be the all over person, basically. So I was like, yeah. So I had to go make sure the rider was fulfilled. That was the dressing room. Everything was in there. Then go pick up Kiki from the airport and bring her back to sound check. Guys, I worked every aspect of this industry, except for I'm not a star. I'm the worker bee, okay? Which I love, because that's part of hospitality. So I never felt belittled, but I never let anybody belittle me. You understand? And so I went and picked up Kiki from the airport. And already, she was married to, he was so nice, but she divorced him. I cannot remember his name. He was kind of chunky little, he wasn't little, but he was kind of chunky, light-skinned guy. He came with her. And she just steps out the airport, into the lobby, and I had the little sign, and just instantly, just attitude. But that's not neither here or there for me, because as long as she didn't give me an attitude, it wasn't no problem. And so I was driving them to the hotel, and she was like, well, I want to get something to eat before, after sound check. That's what it was, because we had to go to sound check. And I was like, oh, okay, not a problem. So colorism played a huge role in my encounter with Kiki. I'm driving, and by this event center, there was like it looked like an old church. And if like some buildings, if they're old, they can become historical sites, meaning that nobody can knock down this building. It has history, and there's placards there to let you know why this house or why this building still stands in this spot, okay? So we're riding, and I'm taking them to the event center for sound check. And as I'm taking them to the event center for sound check, she sees this old historical building. And she was like, I knew it. You taking us to the hood. I could tell. And I turned around and I looked at her, and I clicked that, you got to stay professional. I was like, oh, no. But in my mind, I was like, wow. I was like, no, that's, I had to explain to her that was an old historical facility. So I get her to sound check. And so she was like, well, I want something to eat. take my husband and y'all get something to eat and bring it back to sound check. Not a problem. So he was super nice. He was like, well, I want some real food, because in any town you go to, even if it's a city or if it's a small town, the fast food chains, and the mom and pop shops that know how to throw it down. Okay, so that's what he wanted. He wanted the real food. He wanted barbecue, but he wanted the good barbecue. Got a plate, took it back. And this barbecue place had made magazines and everything, guys. Took it back to her, and he was eating his in the car. Got it to her. She took one bite and threw it and was like, this is disgusting. And I knew it. Just going off. And this is what I mean by, not having respect for people. Just because you're at a different level, then you think you can talk to people and treat people badly, and it just doesn't happen. Because I did a about face, and I was about to turn around and walk out, into her husband had to calm her down and say, wait a minute, and tell her that she was being rude. So some people do get into positions, and then they change or they shift, or that might have been their personality from Jump Street. Okay, from Jump Street. But for me, I've dealt with a lot of people in this industry, and you can see how they treat you, or treat different people who they don't feel is on where they're at, or on their level, or things of nature. And I was going to do a Facebook talk about Monique and D.L. Hughley, because I understand exactly what took place, are her feelings and his feelings as far as what takes place, because I've seen the contracts and dealt with the different levels of contracts and how they're supposed to be written out. And I was very concerned that there is there's an issue within our community. There is a serious issue with how Black women are treated within our industry. Now, touching on this point about Monique and D.L. Hughley, and they're going back and forth, I don't want to, if you like Monique, if you like D.L. That is not what I'm getting ready to speak on. I'm getting ready to speak on the level of professionalism and respect. You see, it got ugly. I don't know if you guys heard about it. You probably heard about it. I don't know if you followed the ins and outs of that. But see, Monique and DL, they were not on tour together. A lot of people are saying that they were on tour together. But see, we have a comedy, because both of them have come here, okay? And so sometimes the club might book people separately, but that does not mean they're touring together. Do you understand? Okay. Or if they have an event, I don't know what the exact event was. However, but if they have a lineup, then they'll put the lineup on the tickets, your advertisement. Okay. The problem I have is the disrespect that we have for Black women. First of all, we know it's hard for the Black community as a whole. We know that. We know this, okay? But black women don't have an easy street that they walk upon, especially if they have put in time and energy and professionalism to get where they are at. Okay? You see where they're at. You don't see the road they had to take. And every woman in the position that she's in has not laid on her back to get in that position. Half the time, some of the roads that some people take, if that is not their dream, sometimes they're just wind up in that industry because, like me, with my degree, Monique wound up, she's a comedian. So that was her dream. You don't understand what she goes through as a woman. As a woman in my profession, what I go through and how I have to stand my ground, talk direct, because I can't be, oh, no, I'm in a professional position. Monique was in a professional position and she defended herself, and she was absolutely correct for being upset. Why, you may ask? How you figure, Nicole, how you figure she was correct? Contracts. That's how I figure she was correct. That's how I figured. You see, the promoter was all the way wrong. To the left, all the way wrong. Monique's contract was a legit performance contract, okay? And it stated that she was a headliner. She was pissed off because Monique is 50-something years old, okay? That's half of our lives being on this planet. The work that she's put in, the contract she held that had a line. Let me show you this right here. This ain't a real contract. But a line and a date. And the contract reads, okay? Monique had a contract that said that she was the headliner. D.L. Hughley had a performance memo that came from his agency, because people, when they get up, when you have these stars, that these real people that might deal, and I don't know if Monique dealing with no Illuminati because she catches the flack, okay? But they have business partners, agents, people who are supposed to handle their in and out, their day to day when it comes to these contracts. Let's rip this in half. Monique had a contract stating her position, headliner. It came from the lawyer, and it was signed by the promoter, dated and signed by Monique and the promoter and the lawyer. D.L. Hughley had a memo, no signature lines, that came from his camp. No lawyer. You follow me? No lawyer from his camp stating that he was the headliner. Female black woman, male black man. In the game, same amount of time. Because when DL was opening up for the Kings of Comedy, Monique was closing the show for the Queens of Comedy. Same amount of time. Okay? DL is as old as Monique. They done put in the work. It's not about who you like when it comes to doing business the correct way. It's not about who you like. It's about the facts, the truth, and definitely if there's contracts involved in a memo. Y'all played cards before. spades. Y'all remember how that went down? That contract trumps a memo any day. So Monique wound up coming onto the stage before D.L. Hughley came onto the stage. And when she got on the stage, I don't know if you guys seen the clips or whatever, but when she got on stage, she was hot. And why not? Why wouldn't she be? Why must she bow down, you see? Are we not doing things legit anymore? Because that's all it was about. Respect and holding up the contract. So she came out on stage and said some words. D.L. Hughley got on his radio podcast and said some other words, which were very ugly, saying that Monique personified the character of Precious. You know, Monique won her Oscar, I believe, off that movie Precious, where she played a mother who was a child abuser of her own daughter, molesting her own daughter, but an alcoholic. So he got on his radio station and outright. Now see, there's a difference, because Monique doesn't have a voice like that. Okay, Monique is coming back on the road after fighting multiple battles of people saying are breaking contracts. Y'all do the research. This is about what's right and what's wrong. Okay? Not about who you like and who you don't like. He got on his platform and outright demeaned her, degraded her, saying that she personified this character that she played, that she won an Oscar for. And you know, when black folks win Oscars, first of all, it's supposed to be prestigious for them. But we know that they only win Oscars for maids, drug dealers. I think one rap song, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp. The low grade stuff. But yet and still, they receive these awards because they put in the work, you know. People been going back and forth. If we as people, men and women, and I'm talking to my people right now, can't respect the truth, can't respect contracts, and can't say what's right and what's wrong and stand on that, then we definitely have an issue. And the only person that can come back and make it right is Yahweh Shai. The only person that can come back and make it right is Yahweh Shai, because it got ugly. Monique came back on and said, well, you know, she hit low. She hit below the belt because she felt she was hit below the belt, and brought up the fact that, well, if we can't respect black women, because you see across the board on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all these channels of hurt, broken black men, and they got to put the blame on somebody, and the blame has been going on the black woman. Monique said, if you can't protect your own daughter from I guess there was a inappropriate action that took place with his daughter when she was young, I think she was 13. Now, from what I'm hearing is the boy was 13 as well. But DL knew either the boy's father or he knew the young boy, and he didn't want to make any waves. I have to, let me sit back. Let me sip on this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. He didn't want to make any waves. He didn't want to destroy the brotherhood. Your daughter came to you and said somebody, whether it had been a 13-year-old boy or the father, allegedly, because I don't know that whole side of the story, but that D.L. Hughley had even brought that up, that he made that huge mistake when raising his daughter, that he took the side of his friend. Monique brought that out. If you can't even protect your daughter, then I wouldn't expect for you to uphold the rights of a black woman. And basically, just be true. Be true to who you are and what we both as people of color go through. Oh, that was a firestorm. That was a firestorm. His daughters came out and said, they, let me tell you something. Of course, they're going to come out and say they love their father. Abused children love their parents. I don't know why the misconception comes in that abused children don't love their parents. They love their parents, guys. So they defended him, but this is many years later, okay? And it just it's so much going back and forth, and it's us. It's us, my brothers and sisters. We at each other's necks. We going for blood out here in these streets. You know, yeah. The right way to do it, the right way to look somewhat civilized is to go to court. Yeah. You see, all of that was going back and forth, trying to defame people, hitting below the belt and all of that. Monique would have won that court case hands down, simply because of a contract she possessed with signatures from a lawyer, not a memo. The thing is, you can't go around doing these things, defaming people, because you feel that you can do it. It just can't be done. Johnny Depp just won his case. I can't remember her name, Katie or whatever her name is, who he was married to or in a relationship was. He was an abused man. Character was defamed, but he won his case because they weren't out here like we have been out here, black folks, black men and women, myself included, going back and forth at each other like we don't have no home training. Like we don't have no home training. Like it's a game. White folks going back and forth at each other too, but they did it in court, and Johnny Depp won because it's about that evidence, not about the smack that's coming out of your mouth. And when you have people that are your friends and D.L. Hughley's followers, they're gonna back him because they've been following him. They in their mind think that they have developed a relationship with D.L. Hughley, and they probably ain't never met that man, and he probably ain't never seen them a day in his life or their life. Okay, same with Monique. She has her following, and they're spouting off and saying what they're saying. Had they just simply took it to court, it would have been handled. But court is a process. It's a process. You don't just get to go to court and say, just rattle off at the mouth. No. They're going to really dig into your past. They're going to dig deep. Now, I didn't watch the the court hearing with Johnny Depp. I just saw snippets of it, and then I heard about his win. But I did see one segment where I guess Katie, whatever her name is, tried to say she was abused and took a picture and changed the lighting on the picture. Let me tell you something, guys. Y'all better be careful out here in these streets. You better be careful out here in these streets. She thought she was slick. Do you know that they have, now back in the day when forensics came about, you know, forensic, when they got the fingerprints, you can't leave a strand of hair, forensics. Nowadays, they have forensic, oh, Amber, thank you. I appreciate that because I would call her Katie. Amber thought she was slicker than slick. Took a picture, same picture, changed the light and tried to make it look a little different. You know, the bruise looked a little deeper on this side. The bruise looked lighter because it was day and night. It was two different times. Mm-hmm. They have forensic specialists with these video cameras. See, y'all should have known that though. Back in the day when they used to say, that, oh, this is a UFO, and they had the forensic people that could take a photo and could tell that this photo has been doctored. This photo is not real. Well, baby, they have forensic specialists that can tell that these digital images that you're capturing, whether they've been doctored or not. You better be careful out here in these YouTube and internet streets. Because see, I told you earlier, the media is not just radio and television. The media is these YouTube streets, these Rumble streets, these TikTok. TikTok is about to take, I heard from another YouTuber, CEO drive her, because I'm gonna shout out the people I hear. You know, or I'm gonna give them credit when I use their content. I heard from her, TikTok is gonna be taking over Google search. Things are, they change, okay, guys? You can't just say things, put stuff together, make false accusations on people just because you think you got some kind of skill set in video making. Because they got somebody for you. They got somebody to sit your behind smooth, either in jail or bankrupt. They got some people out here for you. Do you think that the more technology that is being invented, that people are still trying to figure out if a photograph is real? Is this photo? You have to remember, technology is what these devices and all this information we got is like 10 years, 20 years old. They've been having this stuff. But you out here messing around. Amber thought she was slick. That specialist said, no ma'am, you changed the lighting and yada yada yada. And all she could do was look crazy. Got caught in a lie. Audio is the same way. Audio, you can tell when audio has been sliced and diced and edited. There's no way around it. You can tell. I don't care. People say, well, you know, they have the deep fake videos. All of these things have elements to them to decipher if they are deep fake or if they're real. And it's up to the government or whoever's taking you to court if they want to back up and say that's a deep fake video, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? without saying anything. Guys, I don't know. Well, I do know because I've said it time and time again regarding the black man and the black woman. There has always been an agenda in place. There has always been an agenda in place. Yeah. From the time they rowed these boats ashore and dropped down these Israelites on this land here, there's always been an agenda in place to separate, divide, conquer. There's always been an agenda in place. Whether the black woman has been used to start a, feminist movement. Y'all, that was back in 1970 something. All of that is old news. Just like when they rowed the ship aboard and dropped the Israelites off and started pulling the black men apart with horses, and the black woman, to save the black man, decided, let me raise my daughter smart and strong, and you be weak and soft, man, because they coming for you. They always knew to separate, have the man out the house. But guess what? Here's the remix of it all. Have you ever heard that you could put a bear in a cage, and once it figures out how much he can walk around that cage, can he get out that cage? No. But let the bear walk around a cage for a period of time. You have now programmed that bear. Take away the cage. The bear will walk around an empty space where there is no cage. You see, slavery has been over. I'm talking about slavery with the chains, muzzles. That slavery has been over. But the slavery of the mind is still in effect. And you see, the oppressors that oppressed those first generations of slaves oppressed them so well that now you have within the black community, well, they don't need to oppress us physically. We oppress each other. But you think you're free. But the chains are actually on your mind. And so they sit back and watch as you go back and forth with each other, tearing down each other within your own community. If you think I'm lying, just go. They go on these platforms. Kevin Samuels did a lot of damage. And a lot of these brothers are still continuing to do damage. tearing down your own counterpart, do you think that that is going to fix or help your nation, your people? It's just something for the other nations to watch when they get off of work and say, let's see what these folks is up to today. It has actually become a way for other nations to build their platforms. Mm-hmm. You now see Edomite women on platforms asking questions of the black woman. Is this so? And is this so? Why is the black woman without a husband? Why is the black woman nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, can be changed once it happens? You see, I ripped this paper in half. I can't put it back. The damage is done. The black woman, yep, helped march in the feminine movement, bring in the feminine movement. She did a lot of things. The black man did things as well. Because if he hadn't done anything wrong, he wouldn't be under persecution as well. So we're not gonna play innocent on either part. But what we need to stop doing is going at each other. That's what we need to stop doing. Because that situation, like I said, that happened with Monique and D.L. Hughley, it got ugly. It got to where people started hitting below the belt. And that's something that people out here are not aware of how serious that can be. There are programs, before I get off of here, because I'm on the chit-chat part of this. There are programs nowadays that people, because see, I grew up in a different time. All of our lives aren't like you youngsters on video. And you think that by deleting it, all of that information magically disappears. It doesn't. You see, that's why I have never had a problem with anyone going to see what I've done in my professional career on any of my platforms, because it was legitimate and it was the work that I put in. You see, work that I put in. Was it work that I didn't know at the time was involved in all this evilness and the Baphomet and all this? Well, no. But it was the dedication, the drive that I put in. I haven't deleted it. But some people on here, on these platforms, have done some very foul things that they might regret from being young. Because when you're young, you do foolishness. You upload pictures of yourself half naked, whatever, these different sites. And you might think that you've deleted that whole profile. Mm-mm. None of that information goes away. You see, the devil is most definitely a copycat. He wants to be like the Most High. All of that information is stored, you see. It can be brought back up to persecute you. You see? Yeah. You may have been a stripper. You may, in your life, have been a straight up and down prostitute and had a, what is it called? Back door, or whatever those sites are called. You may have been, had your own porno site and deleted videos. You see, those videos, they're not gone. And although you have repented and turned your life around, the devil is like the Most High. You see, because we know the Most High watches everything that we do. And you will have to be held accountable for everything that you do. Whether you think it's funny to manipulate and play games, well, that's truly on you. But the Most High is watching. And he knows who's put in actual work, late night studies, stressful days and nights at work, or who laid on their back and thought that there was an easy ride out of their situation and went down that path. You see, people, once they get older and mature, some of them do think about the choices that they've made in their lives, right? So the man or the woman, man, could have been a rapist, could have been homosexual, changed his life. But he might have had homosexual videos, pornography videos back in his day. You see, persecution is coming, most definitely. And when they get ready to put you in FEMA camps, when you really get to see who this world has been given over to, the wicked, when they round you up, oh my. You see, the Most High will know your heart. The Most High, if you have repented, if you have truly given your life to the Most High, He will know. But here on this planet, while the earth has been handed over to the wicked, well, see what they're going to do? You're going to pull you out of your camps. Yeah. They're going to drag you smooth out your nice house. They're going to pull that head wrap off your sister and take you to court. Weren't you the one popping it and dropping it like it was hot back in '94? No. I've changed my life. Well, I did do that, but I changed my life, and but Or you might just straight up lie. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I am. I worship the Most High now. No, you was the one. Oh, you done up now. Y'all remember that movie? And they gonna pull that turban, the head wrap smooth off your head, sit you on that bench, roll that beautiful beam footage, because nothing is deleted. Not even with these little trolls, gang stalkers do. It's deleted. Have you ever watched a evil plot of a movie? Just because you rolling with the wicked team doesn't mean you are safe at all. At all. Because normally once Pinky, who is that? You're gonna take over the world. It's finished with you. Just like a lot of them do, you women out here, these pump and dumps, when they finish with you, they're finished with you. Yeah. And they're gonna say, didn't you plot to get this girl raped? Didn't you record this one getting killed? Didn't you? Hey, Pinky, we're going to take over the world. No, Pinky can't hear you no more. I have to make light of it because some people don't realize the dangerous game that they're playing. So now, my life is my life. Everything that I've uploaded, that I have uploaded, is legit. Is everything that you uploaded legit? Think about that. Unless you out here, one of these top specialists that analyzing all this digital data, most likely you're like me, an amateur production company putting our videos on these platforms. Other than that, you most likely haven't studied like these specialists studied that got Amber all caught up in that court hearing when she thought she was smooth, slick, smarter than the average bear. Hey, boo-boo. It's not to say that when the persecution comes, when the time to either be beheaded, because we already know that the guillotines were purchased when Obama was in office. This might have to be deleted. Tell you, YouTube is hot with the wording, but it's factual. Guillotines, they're already purchased. So no matter if I went to my Facebook and deleted everything that I did, the work, the grind, it wouldn't matter. Because they got you. They got you and they got me. It doesn't matter that the work that I did was straight up and down. What can have my head chopped on those chopping blocks is me standing true to who I worship. That is what you all don't realize. They're gonna come at you either way. So deleting anything, be mindful of what you put out here. Be mindful of what you upload. It's a lot of things going on in the world. People are being arrested for RICO charges. The airwaves, these YouTube and media platforms, what new laws could you think of that they can add to? I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting on Capitol Hill while somebody shoots over in Texas and up in California, and I get passed. Internet bullying, 20 years. I'm just saying, guys, none of us will be safe if they really wanted to get you. And I'm talking to who the world has been given over to. Wickedness, well, these words that I say are just words that you may take in or you may not. You may ignore, do you, boo. Do you, boo-boo. But it's actual and it's factual. You have a counterfeit and you have the Most High. The counterfeit is going to use every means necessary when it comes to getting those camps filled. Yep. You didn't want to give over your weapons? Canada. We want you all to, not have any weapons. What did the Canada people do over the past week? Because the law was coming, went and bought all the weapons out of Canada. America. How are we going to get these weapons from these people? Because we can't use our slice and dice. We can't use it until they are defenseless. We can't bring up these trumped up charges. Whether you put in the work, the grind, the hard, long, tiresome nights, whether you did all of that will not matter. And see, it doesn't matter to people who actually don't know and don't care. They just know about what is going on today in front of you, the people who view. Be mindful though. The Most High cares about what went on yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. And you think you have changed? You might have changed. Most High's watching all of it, guys, and that's who matters. Who believes you or not here, Doesn't matter. I can't remember what scripture it was. What scripture was it? I'm going to have to paraphrase it, guys. Where there was a man. There might not have been a scripture. I might have heard it in coming up. He had a choice. He did something wrong. Either he could let the Most High judge him, and we know how the Most High judges. I mean, look at us Israelites. I mean, God, dog, I'm tired. And it was my ancestors' fault. It ain't my fault. It was my ancestors' fault, but we still getting the brunt of it, right? So the Most High, he don't play. There was a man, did something, I can't remember. But he had a choice. The Most High could judge him, or man. Give him over to these men, these people. Let them judge him, whatever their judgment is. And the man had a choice. Who are you going to pick for your punishment to judge? Who? The Most High God, or these men over here? You know who he chose? The Most High. The creator of the universe and everything in it. You know why? He chose the Most High. Because man has no stopping point. Man can be so judgmental. Man will torture and torture and torture and torture. Don't you remember what you did in 75? Don't you remember? Man, you see, can see the flesh falling from your bones and still continue to torture and browbeat you. But the Most High, he knew. Why did you choose the Most High? Because the Most High is going to give me my punishment, or he's going to give me grace and allow me to have grace on top of my punishment, you see. Because when we sin, we still have to, even though we repent for it, we have to pay for our sins. But he's not going to keep browbeating. He's going to sentence you, and it's done. Us fleshly beings, we call ourselves judges and fair. So we hope to be. So we think ourselves to be. But are we? I'll let the Most High judge me for 5. What was that game show? Let me read what you guys are saying. Hold on. Let me pull this close before I get out of here. I'll take the Most High for life. Was it Al? What was that game show? Let me go down. Oops. It lives, sister. Wow. Do you sell merchandise? No. I don't sell merchandise. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know. Things are changing so much. I knew that these platforms were shifting. No, I don't sell merchandise, but to have a business is wise. But let me say this. Let me say this. I've had businesses before. I've had in-home businesses, and I love it. Everyone is not a business owner. That is the sad fact. And I mean, it's not even sad. Everyone is not a business owner. And you see across these platforms about get this and be your own business person. And we forget that even the Most High has order. Even the Most High has order in this kingdom and how he wants us to live, right? God, we can't even talk to God unless we go through the Son, right? Order. When we pray. After Yahweh Shai, the man, the woman, and the child. Order. They all have their parts to play. Everyone is not built to be a business owner. So stop it. Stop the madness already. Get your own business today. You see it. I own my own business. If you're not good with paperwork, managing, organizing, it's over before it begins. Staffing. It's a lot that comes into play when you have your own business. Some people, I'm gonna get my boy, and this is my boy, and this is my girl. No, sir. I've been there, done that. It's a lot. You have to meet people where they are at. Do you understand that? You have to meet people where they're at. Let's stop it. It's like, how can you minister to people when you think you have arrived? When you think that you are already sitting beside Yahweh Shai? How can you minister to people when you think you are there already? And none of us are there already. We're still in the wilderness. We haven't made it out yet. The race isn't over yet. The ones that you think that are not going to make it are going to be those very ones. You have to meet people where they are in life. You can't tell people, quit everything. That's the plan? That's the plan? Okay. Don't pay for the lights and the plan is to quit everything, and then what? Turn off video. That was the whole plan. Quit everything. Let's think about that for a minute. Thought about it. Where was Jesus buried? Can somebody tell me? Not where was he buried? Let me rephrase that. Whose tomb was Jesus buried in? Did Jesus have that tomb waiting for him? Well, we already know everything was written, but did Jesus, Yahweh Shai, have that tomb ready for him? Answer the question, somebody. I got to get to, I have to know this before I get off of here. Before I go, answer me that question while I look through these. Whose tomb? Because see, in ancient times, I'm gonna give you a little hint about how we buried our peoples. We had burial places. It didn't matter, I believe, who was it? Joseph? I don't want to get it wrong, hold on. Because we don't know where Moses was buried, because they would have been worshiping his body. So we don't know where he was buried. Joseph. Yes, I believe it was Joseph, the coat of many colors. Yes, if I'm wrong, forgive me. But once he got ready to pass away, he asked to be brought out of Egypt, where he reigned. Was it Joseph? Yeah. Brought out of Egypt, because that's where he reigned, where his brothers sold him into slavery. Brought out of Egypt and buried in his hometown, or his area, okay? So there were areas where ancient people buried our loved ones, okay, in tombs set aside for, it's the family plots, okay, in ancient times. Jesus, he was only here for 33 years, right? And he traveled around preaching the word, right? Somebody tell me. He had a family plot. Where was he buried? Somebody holler back. And if you have said something, I'm gonna get down here. I'm just gonna read these comments. I'm gonna try to read them. The gang stalkers note that I'm starting to learn about, oh yeah, psychological weapons and different energy weapons. And now they're trying to get me kicked out of the shelter. Oh my gosh, the shelter. I pray for you. Because that, I'm sure, is a hard place to be at. Just like working and you're being job mobbed, working, trying to make a living. People rattle off stuff out of their mouths because it sounds good. Does it taste good to the tongue? I've worked in shelters before. Don't delete it. I want to read what you're saying. If I feel offended, I'll delete it or talk about it. But you ain't got to delete it. Just imagine the shelters, guys. First of all, so many disparaging things happen in shelters. From, you can imagine, assaults, deaths. When Hurricane, who was it? Harvey? Was it Harvey? I think it was when Hurricane Harvey first. Oh, you're going to ask, is there any jobs in Texas where you're at because I'm down here. There are jobs, but it depends on what type of job you want. You know, what skill set do you have? Um, you know, it depends. I don't know what skill set you have, but nobody. Hold on, I'm gonna go back up here a little bit. I'm gonna skip through. But Hurricane Harvey happened, and there was an interview regarding it was a homeless guy, and he was like, they were like, why aren't you going into the shelter? And he was like, they're killing people. Oh, they unliving. I can't. It's hard for me to keep up with these. They're unaliving people in the shelter. Yeah. So some shelters it goes down. It really goes down. But you have people rattling off the mouth. Just quit. Just walk out in the street. When you didn't walk out in the street, you didn't just quit. You probably had your mama house to go to. You probably was getting a government check. Just like the ancient times are different than the modern times. You see, ancient times, you can go and get your own food. Go fishing in the river, depending on where you live. Hunters and gatherers. Go gather you some berries. Ancient times, modern times. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Stop it with that madness of just quit. And go where? To shelters where it's hard, on top of hard? Or unless you have a shelter that you have actually developed. You know what I'm saying? And you have real standards of operating procedures in place. Because we know a lot of stuff is corrupt. You guys are comfortable with saying what's going on. Bless you. It's crazy how us black women have to protect ourselves and lead. We need to reconnect with our men. We do need to, that's the thing. And I do not get it. I don't know where it came from. I have never seen so many black men on platforms, and that's all they talk about. I mean, that is all they talk about is the hate for the black woman and what the black woman is doing and why the black woman out here and the black woman and the black woman and the black woman. And when you hear that, well, for me, when I hear a black woman coming from a man, hurt is what I hear. That's what I hear. Hurt. Okay. Not many black male TIs. I think it's even. Well, not even, but I think it's a mixture. Oh, what's his name? Delbert Blair. Thank you. That was a while back when I mentioned him. But yeah, he had came out with those dowels for the microwaves and things like that. Yes. Shelters are the most dangerous place. You ain't got to tell me, honey. I already know. I already know. They are hitting all of the TIs hard in the shelters. I'll pray for you because I already know. I don't know from living there. I've worked in a woman's shelter. All colors are stalked. All colors are doing the stalking as well. Yep. Hello, Tony. Long time no see. You're probably not even on here no more. But hello. Mostly single women. Well, I did a live a while back. A lot of single women are on this program, and a lot of black women. And that's because it's a trafficking program as well. We're going to just keep it all the way real. It's a trafficking program as well because you have sick individuals. I used to sing, but put it all on pause. You can sing for the Most High. Y'all, I do praise and worship here in the house. It was so funny the other day because I was like, gosh, YouTube, they hitting everything. I mean, copyright, because a lot of the stuff I got was like copyright. Because y'all know I like to play music. And I'm like, well, copy warnings, not the strikes. And I was like, well, maybe I should just sing myself the songs. You sound good when the music on with somebody else singing, but when that music stops. So you can sing. If you can sing for the Most High. Make your own music. Because pretty soon we're going to have to start requesting music from you all. The way, if we want to put music to our platforms without getting hit with a warning or a strike. And I love music. I do. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I was talking. I was taking some notes on some things. What are you taking some notes on, Joseph? This has been a while back. I'm just going down. I'm trying my best to respect every day in the name of the Most High. Not the bean footage. Yes, roll that beautiful bean footage, honey. Because let me tell you, they are watching. Yeah, hit that on the money. Did y'all answer the question about where Jesus, who tomb Jesus was buried in? Because I'm gonna skip down so I can get to the end because y'all were writing. Because we serve a God of order. It's just how it is. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the bottom. Let's see. Remember this hotel. No, I don't see it. I don't see his name. Y'all know I'm bad with names. Okay, so let's get into it. When the Most High was crucified, he didn't have his own burial site. He didn't have his own tomb. Okay. And I can't remember. Hold on. Let me get my other phone because I'm gonna have to ask the question so I can get his name. But there was a rich man who came and asked, could he have the body of the Most High to bury the Most High, not the Most High, why am I saying that? To bury Yahweh Shai in his tomb, his own family tomb that he had made or carved out for his own burial, but he went to Herod, y'all, and people get mad, telling me, you shouldn't teach. I ain't teaching because I ain't saying anybody's name right. I just remember the stories. I'm just relaying the message, okay? But he didn't have his own. Teach us. I truly don't know. Hold on. Let me get this real quick. Okay. Let me see if I can get it on Google real quick, because I don't remember his name at all. What was the name of the man who buried or asked for Jesus' body, buried him in his tomb? That was a whole lot of y'all. Hold on. People talk. Oops. Go. Did I say that? What was the name of the man who buried? Oh, hold on. Let me modify this. What's the name of the man? Let's see. Did anybody say his name yet? Who crying? That's what I'm saying. Y'all laughing at me. Go ahead, honey. I know how to take a joke. Okay, because folks talking about Joseph, ooh, Lord, what, his last name is Nicodemus. Nicodemus? Joseph and Nicodemus buried Jesus' body. No, that's not. Joseph of Amaris. That's who it was. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm not teaching. I'm just giving y'all what's up. People say, quit. Don't do this. And I'm asking, and the question was, who? Because Yahweh Shah was only on this earth, and some of y'all are just as young. 33 years. 33 years. Y'all haven't even done a half a dang century. I mean, decade, whatever. You ain't been there. You haven't been there. He walked 33 years. He didn't have his home. So in the ancient times, they had their home plots, right? So Joseph of Amaris, I'm going to put it up here so y'all can't see that. Hold on. This some bootleg Bible teaching if I ever saw it. I will be 42 on the 6th. Oh, okay, that's what's up. On the 16th. This month. Congratulations. Because people don't respect the game when you done lived a while. And people, they're getting taken out left and right. Youngsters. Okay. Okay. Right here. I got it big for y'all. Joseph of let me see if I can pronounce it, y'all. Y'all, I can't see, dyslexic like a mug. It's just horrible. And people think, that's what kills me. People think they know your whole life story. Okay, here we go. Woo. Right here. Can y'all see that? Is it backwards? Got to be more careful. Joseph. It's probably backwards. Joseph of Amaritha? Child, I ain't the scholar. I'm not the scholar. Let's see. Okay, Joseph of Amaritha, however you say his name, was a biblical figure who played an important role in the burial of Jesus Christ. In accounts can be found in each of the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. He called Joseph of Amaris because he came from, y'all, I'm not about to read all this. But Joseph, okay, Joseph had some money. Joseph wasn't a disciple. Joseph wasn't part of their crew. Joseph had a job. Joseph had a do-re-mi. So people don't know, and I try to explain this, where God has put you at, where God has put people at, to make moves. to make moves on his behalf. But you have a lot of people think that they know God's playbook. That they got his playbook. Let me see if it says exactly what he did real quick. Just there was a certain thing you can glean from this text. When Joseph actually a part of the council. He was actually part of the council, a group of Jewish religious leaders who called for Jesus' crucifixion. I'm done. Y'all look this up. He was actually part of the council that called for Jesus' crucifixion. But we already know the Jews was the ones, the black folk, the brown folk, was the one that said crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. Who do you want, Barabbas or do you want Jesus? Barabbas or Jesus? Barabbas. We want Barabbas. Crucify his own people. Black on black crime. Black on black crime, you heard me? Joseph. He was on the council. That's what they say right here. Let me get the Bible scripture for you. Let me see. It says right here, the man who went after Yahweh was crucified. Asked for the body so he can put that guilt. Probably ate him up. He was on the council, y'all. But he didn't have, too much to do with it because our own people who think they know like they know like they know, always crucifying folk. Crucify him! Crucify her! Crucify her! She still works in the industry. Woo, y'all, let me stop clowning. He was on the council, y'all. Let me get that off here. He was on the council. Hold on, I'm gonna get to where. Who decided and was in fact a secret follower of Jesus. Also, so you can find that in Mark. Now, I have not read it, but honey, he was a secret follower of Jesus, Yahweh. Mark 15:43. Joseph was a wealthy man. What? A king. Let me tell you something. Did you think Yahweh was going to be buried with a couple of rocks, pebbles tossed on? He was a king, baby. Okay? That wealthy man was set up in the council. Ooh. Where he probably shouldn't have been at the time. But he had to secretly follow the Most High. Y'all, ooh, it's some folks out here. He had to secret. I'm going to give y'all, let me see, because we reading right here. I'm going to give y'all to where y'all can look it up. Okay. Let me see. Where was I at? The council. So y'all look up Luke 23:50. We learned that Joseph actually was a part of the council. So yeah, you can look that up. I want y'all to look at where he was a rich man. I'm not rich. I'm just y'all can look these things up. So you got people who's supposed to, be scholarly, or people who follow you. You meet people where they're at. You can't tell people how to move it from times past to present times. Because if that's the case, you need to be like the Amish. They don't even use no devices, none of these electronic devices, horse and buggy. You see what I'm saying? Joseph of Arimathea was a rich man. He was on the council, a secret follower of the Most High. Okay, guys, I think that's enough chit chat for one evening. I need to go take some medicine for this over here, and Let me see. Finish seeing what you guys said. Yeah, we getting up there. Happy, okay. My name is all over the Bible. Yes, Joseph. See, you might be that Joseph. You just in a reverse role of the Joseph. You see what I'm saying? We all are rich. We all are royalty. That's when I see my people. I don't care. That's why I have no respect of person. None. I will not treat you differently than I would treat anyone of royalty, this worldly royalty. Just like the Most High has no respecter of person. And you better be glad for that. Because just because you're a king here on this planet, he's not going to judge you differently because of your royal lineage, than a sinner who's a pauper, someone who's poor. No respecter of persons. Lock that in. Lock that in. Yes, I hear you, Queen. I sure feel like Joseph for real. All right, that's a good thing. Just know what's gonna blow their heads, just like kaboom, is when they realize who the real royalty is. Who the real royalty is. And you're on a mission, and you're in your roles for a reason, and you're trying to transition the best way you can out of whatever you are doing, and especially if it is causing you to sin. Okay? What is sin? The breaking of the law. So if you're in a position to where it's causing you to sin, you want to transition out of that. Because I tell you, it's easy to look down your nose at people because you might not work in the so-called industry like I do, and I'm not no celebrity. Okay? However, someone who works at a hotel or McDonald's, and they might be working on the Sabbath day, every day, every Sabbath, they're breaking the law. They're in a position which is causing them to sin. So it's hard for us to it's not hard for us. It's hard for me to be so judgmental when wanting to still help people come closer in their walk with the Most High. Okay? Y'all have me on here because, especially when y'all start laughing and stuff. I sure feel, okay. Respect you, fully, Queen. Big facts. Thank you. All right, guys, so I'm going to get off of here, and much, much love.